I live inside my own world of make-believe.
Released. It won't apply till October 16th or 14th, I believe. Yep, 14th for skills and for cards. And so on the 14th, we will have a ban list. This is very exciting because we get Zexal World tomorrow, which means they want to make Zexal World feel fresh and to hit a lot of things that will keep you from wanting to Xyz summon. So let's check out what we got here. We'll do skills second. Let's start with cards. So we got Forbidden and Limited list, and we finally have Forbidden cards. This is new. So they've never banned cards in the game before. They've always like, okay, we can limit 2 cards. It won't be a problem. But cards like that grass looks greener is now forbidden. Was limited to 1. Kept coming up in the meta again and again. You had your FTKs with Gem Knights for a long time. They switched it to limit 1. And then they always try to keep it away from other things. But it's been successful enough in decks like Witchcrafter and possibly strategies like the Block Dragon one as well as Shiranui, where it was just a problem card they don't want to deal with anymore. So they are banning that Graphic Screener. Cyberstein wasn't really impactful, so I don't know why they're banning it. But it looks like they are tired of having to worry about that card being broken by a skill or something in the future. So it looks like they're hitting that one as well. I guess they're afraid of you summoning out like 3 fusions or 4 fusions, overlaying them some way. I guess they want to avoid that in the future, so they don't have to worry about what level overlays they release and stuff like that for Cyberstein. But E is gone now, so you don't have to worry about him. Next off, limited to 1, we got Star Blast. So Star Blast being limited to 1 has it where you are not able to really abuse the skill as much because it's a lot less consistent. You are able to use this card to consistently activate any skill in the game that require life point cost, because you can pay any amount to lower the level of a high level monster. So Star Blast being hit hurts my Desperado deck. It's my Lucky Day deck, but still is pretty good overall. Yeah, you're not going to see this. If you see it, it'll be fun once you can still use it for memes, but it's not going to have any competitive relevance at all. It didn't really before, but it's like a little less so. So yeah, Star Blast is now probably gone. Needlebug Nest. So the number 1 from the Kaiba Cup, I think, was running Shiranui using a lot of mill cards like Needlebug, Grass is Greener. I think they want to hit that and get that card limited. Just make it where your graveyard isn't as impactful as it's been. So they're reducing the amount you can get that. Revival Gift. I actually don't see this card. What does this card do? Select 1 tuner monster from your graveyard. Special summon it. Its effects are negated. Special summon 2. I think it's just I think it's a preemptive hit to just kind of stop the tokens. I guess the tokens are a problem. There was that one. I think there. No, that's the Rose one. Yeah, there was the Infirmity skill. I think that this one worked with it. I saw that once. So that card's gone. So you can still Xyz summon. No kill your fun deck. Limited to Gold Sark. So Gold Sark to 2 means I can play Thunder Dragons again. Yeah, that's exciting. Thunder Dragons have been out of the meta for a long time, so this kind of alleviates them. Really hurts Shiranui because they can't run Gold Sark at all, for sure. It's completely taken away from them, no matter what. Yeah, so that's a pretty good hit overall. Still kind of hurts Thunder Dragons, because Thunder Dragons wanted to run cards like Enemy Controller. So I'm kind of hoping, because Thunder Dragons are so much weaker now, even with this here and like Thunder Dragon Dark at 3, I'm hoping Thunder Dragons can get some new support. Like I'm hoping for like a Thunder Dragon Fusion, maybe 1 card, 1 copy of Titan would be cool. It might be too strong, but I like Thunder Dragons, so I'm hoping for more support for them. Let's see here. We got Charge of the Light Brigade. So this card was at 3, which means this is completely gone from the... This hits the Witchcrafter strategy, because Witchcrafters are running this at 3, so they could mill cards and get all their combos going. So that hurts them. Kind of hurts Light Sworns unintentionally, I think, because the Light Sworns can no longer run Kite Roid. Kind of hurting them there. You can't run this in Thunder Dragons. I mean, you couldn't anyway, because of the Limit 3 Thunder Dragon Dark. But with Gold Sark at 2 and that 2, you're not going to run either. Or you're just going to run Gold Sark. over that, because Ghost Art's a lot more reliable. Let's see here, so... Yeah, I guess it's still like... Oh, no! That hurts Dark Lords! Poor Dark Lords! Dark Lords were using this to mill cards, so they just can't now. They just... Okay, they got their Eggshell at 2, their... They need to take one of the Dark Lord cards off the ban list, just because, yeah. I mean, not right away. I think they want to see how the new cards go for, like, the new Xyz world. So we'll see how that goes first before they can take anything off, but that basically hurts Dark Lord so much. You have to play, like, I think the Pretaplant version now if you want to play any Dark Lords. Yeah, that really hurts them. Now we have Karakuri Komachi MDL 224 Ninshi. So yeah, this is your main facilitator of Karakuri. This is just to hit Hatronade, I think. I think just Hatronade is too strong. Want to get rid of it. Can't run Econ, can't run Hatronade, can't run Treacherous, so I think that hurts there. I think that's their whole strategy, because it was really played this last tournament, so that's their thinking. Oh no! Oh no, my fusions! So this is Keeper to 2. So Keepers to 2 is so you can no longer play Invoke. Invoke Neos is dead. Because Neos Fusion is so much more unreliable. The only way you want to run Neos Fusion now is... I don't even know. I think you want to run, like, a pure Neos deck, almost, but it's still really hard. It's like... Neos really hurts from this. It makes sense why they hit it, because this was a problem. Like, the whole... I can throw in a Neos package, Neos, 2 Neos Fusions, 2 Brave Neos, and 3 Keeper, and you're good. So it makes sense why they hit it. This hurts because I like Fusion, but it was a problem, I'll admit that. So we'll see what else they hit, but yeah, Neos Fusion, rip, rest in peace. It is ironic when they first, like, because when they first hit Neos Fusion, they then released this card that was like, they didn't even hit Neos Fusion. So this card's finally gone, so now Neos is actually a lot harder to pull off, and now breaks your deck a little more. So we got Blackbird close, especially since, we now have Xyz slots we want. We may not have room for the Neos package unless it's like very specific. But yeah, Blackbird close. This I'm actually very happy about, because you can read this. This card will be limited as it's extremely difficult for players to deal with counter traps that can be activated from the hand. So it's a hand trap, very effective. But the biggest thing, like, you think about it overall, so you have limited to 2. This kills this. You can't run Blackbird close because you need a Roshi. So Roshi synchros with your level 6 core card you want to draw every time that searches your Black Feather from the deck. So that means you have to run a Roshi, and you have to run, or you don't have to, but you really want to run the level 7 Synchro that can pop cards on your opponent's field. You can always bring it back, so it's very reliable, so you can't run Blackbird close. This card was annoying to me, because if you had a Synchro Blackwing, you could just tribute something to negate effects. It felt really bad, because you could have turn 1, a full board, negate your opponent's monster effects that are problem effects, and then get a Blackwing, which just makes your one, like, a lower level Blackwing bigger. And so you have three big ones to negate your monster effect. It was really hard to deal with. So this Blackbird close to me made Blackwings really hard to deal with if you went second against them. So now seeing Blackwings as a more go second OTK strategy and less of that reliability going first makes them a little more handleable. So I don't feel bad about going second against them at all. If I go second, I have a pretty good chance to beat them. If I go first, I'm probably going to lose unless I have a really good board set up. Witchcrafter Holiday. So Holiday, I think, was at 3, which did nothing. To 2, this means you can't really run much, because they already took out the charge away from it. So that means you can either run 2 of these or 1 of these and a Machine Angel Ritual. So this takes away Machine Angel Ritual from Witchcrafter. So that sucks, because that means we probably won't see Machine Angel Ritual come off the ban list. Well, Dakini would be nice to see it off the ban list. So we'll see about that. But yeah, Witchcrafter Holiday 2 just takes that away. You can run Cosmic Cyclone, I think, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, they put enough cards on there too where Witchcrafters hurt a bit, where they're still good. They still have the same strength they've always had. but they're a lot less dominant. This is like dominance nerfing, like Witchcrafters, dominance nerfs. Black Wings can't be as first strong. Invoke Neos is not a OTK ridiculously hard to verse deck. Kaakuri lose a little bit of consistency for removing back row and OTKing. Charge you can't do, is it kind of hurts Dark Lords, but this just Shiranui hits. There's no direct Shiranui hits, I think, so far, so that's kind of... Ooh, level 3. Oh, no! Alistair. So, I'm okay with this. It's limited to 3, which means you can't run Cosmic Cyclone ever with Invoke, because you will not run less than 3 Alistair ever. You will always run 3. So that means because... so you have limit 3 Alistair, limit 2 Earth Alistair thing, limit 1 Water Alistair thing. This is now you cannot play Element Saber Invoke. They basically like, okay, Element Sabers, you are too good with Invoked, so no more. That's basically what I'm seeing from this. You're not going to run 2 Alistair unless you have a way to search it. Even if you have a way to search it, multiple Alistairs can win you games, so you want to have as many as possible. So that's really good there. Yeah, it's exciting. That's actually really exciting. You can, I'm happy with that, because you can, any problems that come with Alistair, you can always limit to 3, and it will just kill it now. Because Alistair is a you must run 3 cards. They now have a very easy way to check any deck that works too well with the Invoked engine. Woo! No longer on list. Thunder Dragon Dark, yay! So I have a little bit of backstory. I have every Thunder Dragon card, prismatic, possible that's not from the box. So I'm really, really enjoying Thunder Dragons. So I'm really hoping there's some new cards that are like, well, I want new Thunder Dragon support. I want to take them away from Synchros and have more like Xyz. I honestly want Fusion with them. Until we get Thunder Dragon Fusion or Thunder Dragon Titan, it's like that's not going to happen at all. So yeah, so Thunder Dragon Dark's unlocked. Mallow is also unlocked. There's another one here. So Element Saber Mallow makes sense because now you have your Invoker at 3, meaning you can't run any Element Saber field spell. So you can't search Mallow and just summon your Purgatrio. I think there's like unintentionally some really good things with this. No, I don't think so. They can always hit things later. There are problems with Alistair. Yeah, Alistair's the best fusion card in the game, straight out. So yeah, that's all there. We're going to switch to the skills now, so let's leave this one. That's very interesting. Skills also very impact the game, so we'll have to see. Have a few ones here. It doesn't really tell you what they're changed to yet, so we'll scroll down. I don't want to read that. Ooh, Red Eyes Fusion, yay. I'm happy about that. Red Eyes, let's go. So Restart can only be used once after starting hands are dealt. Redraw your starting hand. Your first draw will be skipped. That's normal if you use this skill. This skill will not activate if your deck does not contain 7 or more copies of each of spell and trap cards. So that's difficult wording. So either means 7 spells and 7 traps, like how balanced is 6 and 6, or 7 total. I think it's 7 total, but I'm not positive on that. So that basically kills the skill, because the skill is already like, really good for Kaakuri, but Kaakuri's got hit. Which restart's really strong if you have an OTK deck that runs Hatronade. So because Hatronade's taken away, Restart wouldn't have been run probably anymore past that point. I mean, it might have, I guess. You can run other things like Cosmic Cyclone. So, I mean, I guess they might still run it, but yeah, Restart definitely takes a hit with the Hatronade going away, and this basically takes away from Kaakuri, so that's all there. Switcheroo, no! Can be used each time your life points increase by 1500. Return 1 card from your deck and draw another once per duel as a double nerf. So they make it where you have to lose another 500 life points. You can't Cosmic Cyclone use it, and you only use it once per duel. So honestly, I think just reducing it to once per duel enough would have been enough, or 1500. Either one of those would have been reasonable. It makes sense why they hit both. This skill has been like played since the beginning of time as a competitive skill, and still winning games. And like, it's like I got through all the skills. Like, what skill should I play? Like, I run 3 Cosmic Cyclone. I just run Switcheroo, so it makes sense they hit the skill. So yeah, Invoke Neos kind of really showed how broken that skill is too. Because any brick you have, just shuffle back in your deck, get a not brick. Bandit can be used if your life points are 1500 below. as normal. Return one card from your hand to the deck, and then select one set card your opponent's spell and trap zone and steal it. Only use once per duel. So you lose one card to gain their card. So they make it a 1-for-1 card advantage wise. So instead of going just +1, you go even with your opponent. So it's it can be good. Like bandit like card advantage wise of Invoke Neos before Invoke Neos was hit would be like good because you can just cool, I have extra cards to shuffle back. But this can be very impactful overall. I think the skill will still see its play in the future. Like it always comes in and out of the meta. Last time we really saw it being used is vampires, and then it came a little back because of the Star Blast, which got limited to 1. So bandit wasn't really the biggest thing there. I mean, you could run it with like ninjas, but with Star Blast at 1, it doesn't really work as well. So yeah, I still think it's a skill we'll see in the future. I don't think it's dead by any means, but it definitely like is a lot less appealing because 1500 or below is like just 2000 or below is the only marker point you want. That's the lowest marker point you want. Like anything below 2000 or below becomes unreliable, is how I see it. Because you can run 2 Cosmic Cyclones or a Near Wall is something you can tech in to make it work, but like 1500 below is too unreliable. Shadow Game. So at the end of the turn, both players lose life points equal to the number of cards in the graveyard times 100, max 400, so you can't go below that. This skill will not apply to the player with 1000 or less life points, so they killed Shadow Game because Shadow Game Shadow Game would still be played if Lava Golem wasn't getting nerfed. I will say that, because if you can get them down to 1000 life points, you can still like burn them bit by bit each turn, stall them out, but then Lava Golem would be a finisher. Lava Golem's not really a finisher anymore, so this skill's dead. That's how I see this one for stall. Yeah, I don't really see anything else to that. This like can't go below really hurts these burn strategies, but I mean like Shadow Game has been a problem for a while, so I see why they're hitting it. Like, does any deck that can stall you from doing turn plays beats you basically. So that's a good hit. Access denied. No, not my access denied. Can be used from your 5th turn onwards. They time locked it when you have 1000 or less life points until the end of your opponent's next turn. Neither player can summon effect monsters nor activate effects once per duel. So they only changed it, or they time locked it. So it's 5th turn onward. And Ojama Overflow same way, time locked. Any other changes to it? Once per duel, 500 or less. Now overflows, yeah, these are both basically killed. They got the last gamble treatment. They're dead. Time locking skills is the easiest way to kill a skill. We're still having it playable. That's how Konami learned. Honestly, last gamble shuffling back was enough. They should reduce it to 5 turns for last gamble and just have it where it still shuffles 2 back. It would still not be played, but it would have been like at least playable if they make it turn 5. So I kind of hope they changed last gamble back by 2 turns in the future. Let's see, Show of Nightmares. Okay, so this one's really played by Witchcrafters. Can be used if you have 3 or more spell cards in your graveyard. Add 1 random spell card from your graveyard to your hand. Then return 1 card from your hand to your deck. This card can be used once per duel. So as we are getting faster, more reliable, and more consistent, more card advantage decks, it looks like they're changing the skills that just give you straight up advantage to 1-for-1s. So you get something back, but you lose something in return. So that's what I'm seeing from these skills. That seems to be the trend we're going to probably see in the future. Is skills not giving you plus advantages, they give you even advantages, which can be good in certain decks, but we'll have to see. As the game speeds up, these skills may still see some play. This is definitely not going to kill Witchcrafters. You may still run it with this, because they still have extra cards. They summon monsters from the deck, so having a monster in hand they can shuffle back can still be pretty good overall. It does hurt some consistency with them, but you still get a card from your graveyard, so you don't have to use the skill too. It's just not just a free plus for no reason. Moth to a Flame, so now we get to the 3 buff skills, I think. Yep, 3 buff skills. The last 3 ones in the deck. We have Moth to a Flame. Let's see, as the turn speed, turn counter for Petite Moth you control, equipped with Cocoon, goes twice as fast. In addition, if you control Petite Moth equipped with Cocoon, add the following cards to your hand from outside your deck in order listed. Larvae Moth, Great Moth, Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth. actually don't know what that does. I just would love to add Perfectly Ultimate Great Mop and like forget the other ones. Because yeah, Ice Great Mop would be okay. I mean, if you could add the one like equal to your turn counter, that'd be fun. But like, so you can like summon the one right away that you search. But yeah, this skill is not going to see play ever. Even twice as fast isn't worth it. Yeah, like, even if like the Speed Duels had an easier way for the Moth skill to work, this is not going to see any play. Let's see, Afterlife Lockdown can be used when you control a cubic monster. During this turn, opponent's monsters destroyed by battle will return to the owner's deck instead of their graveyard. This skill can be used once per turn, twice per duel. So that was once per duel before. So they switched it where you can now use it twice, which makes it a lot better, but cubics aren't that fantastic. I think if we see the cubic Nova Lords, the 3,000 ones that can attack 3 times, we might see this skill played, but until then, I don't think this skill will see any play at all. I mean, you have the one that can attack 3 times, but you tribute 3 monsters for it, so that's not going to really happen in this current iteration. So I don't think this skill will be see play. It's a lot better, it's a lot more reliable, and it's not an option you can look at, but I don't think this will see play in a cubic deck for now. Red Eyes Fusion, yes, Red Eyes, I love Red Eyes. Let's see, can be used if your life points are at 2,400 or below, that's normal. Return 1 Red Eyes card from your hand, or 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon from your graveyard to your deck, and add 1 Red Eyes Fusion from your deck to your hand. So, this basically has it where, before, it had it where if your life points were below, you could shuffle back a card from your hand to the deck, and if your life points were exactly 2,400, you could send a Red Eyes Black Dragon from your graveyard to your deck, and add Red Eyes Fusion from your deck to your hand. So I actually really like this skill, because it's a lot more reliable now. It's now my life points to be below 2,400, or at 2,400, which means I can actually run 2 Red Eyes Black Dragons and do 3 Red Eyes Fusions through a game, or run 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon and be able to do multiple fusions in one game. So this skill's a lot more reliable, more consistent. I kind of wish it was 3,000 or below. I think that'd be a lot better, and you'd actually run it if it was 3,000 or below. 2,400's a bit lower than you want, because basically you turn 1 want a Red Eyes Fusion. If you Cosmic Cyclone, do the skill, you get your combos going, but being 2,400 or below, you actually need to take damage. Where Red Eyes doesn't work that way. Red Eyes needs to Red Eyes Fusion, turn 1, get out a Slash Dragon, equip it with a whole bunch of equip cards, and keep your board state strong. So having to take more than a Cosmic Cyclone worth of damage has it where the skill is not reliable. You have to take direct hits. You can either run the cards like Sphere Karibo to make it more consistent. I don't think the skill is... It's more playable, and you might play it. I think if there's any skill that does anything better for the deck, like even like the Bandit Keith skill, where if your monster is level 7 or higher is destroyed, you can draw 2 cards your next standby phase. I think that one's more consistent than this one, because this one, that one you get advantage when you lose your board, not to just brick and not be able to play through your opponent's boards. Because if you can draw 2 cards, you can disrupt your opponent's plays, and get a new board established with 2 cards, where Red Eyes Fusion right now is relying on your opponent to win, and then you are still in a bad position. Though, shuffling back a card from your graveyard to draw 1 to your hand is a good advantage. That's a +1 out of nothing. So that is what you're going to be looking for when you use a skill. So it might be ranged for the +1, but I like the +1 more of the... I can't remember the name. I think it's... the Bandit Keith one was you draw 2 and your level 7 or higher dies. I can't remember that. Oh well. That's the ban list overall. So we finally have an actual ban list. That's exciting. Looking forward to Xyz's World. I'm going to be covering and making a lot of videos for that one. This one should be coming up the day before. I appreciate you guys. That's the ban list overall. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the description, what you think is strong, anything I missed, what decks suffer, what decks may be better because of this. I think Blue Eyes is looking a lot better after seeing all these things hit and all these things change. Their skill, Alternative Evolution, and Blue Eyes Diffusion skill, perfectly strong skills, and all the other skills go down, all the other cards go down. Blue Eyes is looking pretty good. Alrighty, well, make sure to like and subscribe and let me know what you think down below. I appreciate you guys. Keep fusioning. Let's go Slash.